Howdy folks, I am Martha and Dorothy and I welcome you to Hirschberger's Miracle Homestead. If you're new to our channel, most times our videos are to do with kitchen action where we're making a food item or working in the garden. But today we're featuring our feathered friends, the mockingbird. We have two ferns on our porch and they most always have birds in the summer. And the springtime when the family of birds started building a nest, I told Dorothy, I think that's a mockingbird. And sure enough it was. And the reason the mockingbird is special to us is because it was special to Mom. So often it didn't matter where she was in the house, her spirits could be lifted from the chirping of the mockingbirds. So it seemed like she'd be at one end of the house, hear the mockingbird go to the other end, and to her it was like the mockingbird followed her there. But more than likely it was another mockingbird there singing away. But either way, it would lift her spirits. So that makes a mockingbird special to us. So we decided to let the mockingbirds build their nest there. We recorded it from the building of the nest to when after the birds left. And also why we say that we decided to let the birds have their freedom and build it in our dog yard, which includes on our patios a large dog kennel, which they love to go in and out of. And mockingbirds invariably are determined to build a nest on there. And that's not a good place for them with the birdies, and especially with our dogs, because that's our dog's haven. So rather than to put the baby birds in that position or the dogs in that position, we decided to let them build it at the front porch. We have more than 30 hours of recording that we have condensed down to less than 30 minutes. Since our videos do feature cooking most of the times, and the mockingbird reminded us of Mom, we picked out 5 of the recipes that we have shared that were Mom's recipes that she was known for making, she loved to make, and we all loved them. So we'll be letting links for them throughout the video and also the description. And to give you a heads up of the recipes we'll be leaving links for, in a church cookbook, which this was her cookbook, it's well loved, is the Huntington chicken. My binder, have a lot of recipes in here, is the egg custard pie and the sour cream cookies. And then in Mom's little recipe box is the tapioca, and when you watch the video you'll find out why it's on this little piece of paper, and also the barbecued beans. So we hope you enjoy the video of watching the mockingbird family from the time they build the nest to the time the birdies left. Well, actually after the birdies left. And then if you go to any of these recipes, we hope you enjoy those as well. And now to the mockingbird family. It was so interesting watching both parents diligently bringing in material to build the nest, starting out with these large twigs. And then they bring in the smaller, softer material to line the nest in preparation for the big day. This speaks for itself, but we are excited. We have the first egg. As you can see, the eggs are being well taken care of, keeping them warm and turned. For 2 days it rained and stormed, and we did not trust having the camera set up like we normally do, so I stood out on the porch to record the rain. When we came back after the storm and put the camera up, we discovered that all eggs had hatched, and now the activity has reached a whole new level. While the birds are busy coming and going, we thought we'd give you a glimpse of how we set up to record the activity in the nest. We have a bedside table, and that raises up and lowers down, so we had it up as high as it would go, and then had our tripod set on that. When weather permitted, the majority of the time we kept the tripod set up, so they were used to the tripod being there, and it did not frighten them when we put the camera onto the tripod. As a matter of fact, from time to time, they decided they want to perch on it. The birdies are realizing there's a world outside of the nest, and they're venturing into the fern. An empty nest with no birdies in sight. Are they all okay? As you can see, the baby birds are all over the fern, and when they leave the nest, they are then known as fledglings. And if we would have had any idea that now is the time they're going to leave the fern, we would have loved to have multiple cameras set up. As it is, we have on camera two of them leaving, rather the first one kind of like dropped out of the fern on the other side. Keep watching, and soon after that, the other one flies out of the fern. We didn't find out when the third one left, but they were all out of the fern now. Once the fledglings left the fern, it was very difficult to know when you would see them or where you will see them. The second fern on the porch also had a mockingbird nest in, but I was walking out the door and I glanced down to my right, and there on the square orange pot was a little fledgling. We had read that the parent mockingbirds will assist their little fledglings in getting used to the big world for a couple weeks after they leave the nest, and we were very, very blessed to have captured some of this on film. Enjoy. Several weeks later, I was in the house and heard what sounded like the chirping of the fledglings. And I opened the inside door to look out through the glass door, and there three of them were sitting on the rail, beautiful as can be. And of course, I wanted to grab the camera, but the door opening and all, why they were soon in flight to somewhere else. We were able to film two of them on the rail. They're not together, but they were both there. And yes, you can see they can leave a mess, but that's a small price to pay for the enjoyment the birds bring us. And now for the golden thought. I thought I'd do it out here where the mockingbird family was. And we'll be reading a verse out of Matthew 6:26. Look at the birds of the air, for they neither sow, nor they reap, nor they gather into barns. Yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not of more value than they? And how true that is. As much as God cares for the birds and the creatures that He has created, He cares for us a whole lot more. But He also created us in His own image. And Dorothy remembered a reading that she had read one time that goes so well with this, and she looked and she found it, and here it is. Said the robin to the sparrow, I should really like to know why these anxious human beings rush around and worry so, said the sparrow to the robin. Friend, I think that it must be that they have no heavenly Father such as cares for you and me. And that was depicting the birds talking together. But how grateful I am that we can know that we are God's heartbeat. We are at the heart of God, and He does care for us. We hope you've enjoyed today's video. We hope you've been blessed, encouraged, and inspired. And until next time, God bless.
We hope you've enjoyed our Mockingbird family, and thank you for joining us today.